welcome back to another video. My name's Tara, and today I'm going to be pouring in these two molds. This is a little tray mold, and this is like a stand. I'm going to be using it as a picture frame. So I have mixed up 8 ounces of the Tea Expert Fast Cure resin, and I'm using it or mixing it with my Let's Resin mini mixer, and it's been mixing for about 4 minutes now. And I'm just gonna use my little spatula tool. You can get these at like Dollar Tree or anywhere. They're just little makeup things, I think is what they're labeled for, but it does a really good job at scraping off your little mixer paddles here. I'm going to lay that to the side. And with these mixers, they only mix up the resin in the middle. So I'm going to take a spatula and I'm going to scrape my sides and the bottom to get all that resin fully mixed. Otherwise, you will have unmixed resin, and it will not cure properly like that. Okay, I think that is good. So for right now, I'm just gonna mix up my mica powder in there and pour this, and then I'll come back and we'll do the next step. So I just forgot to turn the lights on, didn't I? Sorry about that. So today I'm going to be using the Sigwon Silver White. It's a really nice mica powder. It's really white and got a nice shimmer to it. Move this over here a little bit. And you know what? I'm going to put this in, yeah, in a different cup. Just a little easier to mix in, and then it will go well in my vacuum chamber. Okay, let's get that cup scraped out real good. Don't want to be wasting any resin. Alright, I'm just going to stick this to the side. And I'm going to get just a little popsicle stick and a spoon. Put a good amount of resin in there, or mica in there. And with mica powders, especially in this large amount, and since I put it on top instead of doing the mica powder first, you want to just slowly mix at first, or you'll have hoofs of mica all over. You don't want to be breathing that in and it getting in your mold. So just mix it slowly, or fold the resin in over top of the mica. And once it's all mixed in, then you can makes it a little faster. Thinking I'm going to need a little more than that because I want it to be a little bit more opaque than that. I don't really want to dump that like that. I don't want to dump the whole bottle, so I am going to get a spoon again. Okay, let's see what that looks like. There is something black. A little piece of something in there. I'll get that out. There we go. Let's see. Ah! Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. Lord have mercy. My hands are, well, they're all my fingers and everything are like fused together. Literally, like the joints are. So I'm very clumsy when holding on to things. Lord. All right, so with mica powder, you want to make sure you just mix them in really, really well. You don't want any little mica powder puffs fall into the bottom of your mold because they will be like little splatters of like powder. Just it's not pretty looking, which we're working from the bottom up anyway. Like this is going to be our top, so that really wouldn't matter this time, but we don't want it to look bad on the other side. And if it was going to be, if the other side was going to be your top, you wouldn't want that. So all right, I think that is good. So I'm going to go place this in the vacuum chamber. This is a fast cure resin, and fast cure resins are thicker than regular regular one-to-one resins. So I will put it in there for about 5 minutes, and then I will be right back. All right, I'm back. And so all we're going to do now is just pour these. I'm going to fill that. Well, I'm going to fill this one up first. I am going to put a little alcohol in that. And what that does is it's going to help from getting bubbles in the right angles of the mold. This resin really likes to cling to those little spots there. Then you'll have little holes holes right there wherever the bubbles are. I'm going to pour this in here slowly. I'm just going to pour a little bit in there first, let it settle, and then I'm going to go, well, just hold on a second. Getting ahead of myself. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Then I'm going to grab my little fine point dotting tool and just go around the edges and those corners to so if there is any bubbles there, try to scrape them out and get the resin to fill in the corner areas. You don't want to do this with anything pointy and scratch your mold. So don't do this with like a toothpick or anything, but these dotting tools here have a little rounded tip on them. So it does a good job of getting in those little spots there and your edges and things like that. Okay, so now I'm going to get down eye level with the mold and just fill it up until it's just domed or has a dome. Just means that it's slightly above the mold into where it's got a little curved area, basically. And we do that so that when you pull the resin out, resin can be really sharp, right? And we don't want to cut our fingers because I have done that before. So when you dome it and then the resin shrinks back, it shrinks back to where it's level, it's not sharp. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. I think that looks good. Well, this one maybe could use a little bit more. How pretty that white is. The Sigmund colors, the whole set is really, really nice. All of them are very like sparkly. This one looks like it's settled where it needs maybe a little bit more. All right. And then just whatever's left, I'm going to pour it in here. So I am going to spray the mold again. Let me rub it into those little corners and stuff of the mold. Get that resin off there so that this resin doesn't want to grab a hold of that and overflow. All right, now let's go around the edges of this. Where'd it go? Go around the right angle corners of this as well. Go around it a couple times just to be sure. How about that? And so I'm just gonna dump the rest in there. There we go. A little bit more. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my heat mat on and wait for it to cure. And then we'll be back for the next steps. All right, I'm back. I already put this down because I wasn't sure if how I did it was going to hold up or not, and if I was going to have to do it again. But now that it's down, I don't want to take it back up. But what I did was, and I'll show you on a different picture, that I also have to do because I need to do 3 of them. So what happened was I'm having to redo these because I did these as a gift for Christmas for my mother and father-in-law, and I did it the way that everybody on YouTube says to do, and on Google, by coating the pictures front and back and all the sides, everywhere you cut, um, with Mod Podge. I did it 3 times, front and back. And I go over there a couple weeks ago, and they're all blurry. Every one of them, all blurry. You can't see. It's got lines in it. It's awful. And I just can't leave it like that. And it was actually already the second time that I did that. And I also have used the spray sealer, the gloss spray sealer. That didn't work either. So when I got on my haul video the other day, when I got the laminating sheets, the self-adhesive laminating sheets, what I did was is I coated or put laminate sheets on front and back and sealed them in. And they kind of bent a little bit from putting that tape on there, or I mean the sheets on there. But hopefully that will be okay. I don't know. But then and then you have like a little part around here where there's like that little air from putting the picture in there, and you have to cut around further out than that so that it doesn't come apart. I did these a few days ago, and I noticed yesterday, the day before, that it was starting to come up even more to the line. So I took my little Cricut iron thing and just went around and just like heated it up and flattened it out, and it seems to be holding up good. It's not coming up anymore, so that was good. And then what I did was, after this was fully cured, I took tack-it glue and put a real thick, like just brushed it on with a little silicone tool. I put this little silicone spatula, I put it on the resin and on the back of the picture. Let it dry and then stuck it down. And it seems to be sticking down pretty good. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. So next thing I'm going to do is print it or cut out a little saying on my Cricut tool. I can take this out while I'm telling you. So printed out a little thing, like always on my mind, forever in my heart. And we used to say that to him. He did some time in prison. Well, a couple times actually. And we would always, or at least I would always sign it. Me and him, not him and his mother is what I mean. Me and him would sign it, always on my mind, forever in my heart, right? So here's those, and this will just go like that, and then the picture will just sit right there. So we don't need that right now. And then also underneath of that, I'm gonna I printed out like his name, date of birth, and birth date. And this is where I guess I should tell you you see, that was Jaybird was his nickname growing up. His name was Jason, and they just called him Jaybird growing up, and that's how I came up with the name for the channel. He before he died, I was into like crochet and stuff, and he always said how I should do a channel, but I was way too nervous back then, and I didn't think I was good enough, so I never did do it. But then when I started doing resin after he died, I just thought it was kind of fitting to name the channel after him. So that's what I did. So I know this is probably going to take me a minute to put all this together, and I want to be able to focus, and I probably won't be talking a whole lot. So I'm going to do it on a time lapse just so I have time to do it and you're not sitting here bored. But it's just going to go always on my mind, forever in my heart, and then his name at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on time lapse, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I got all that down, and then you could barely see it, but I was afraid once I put the resin on, you would be able to see that the trim from the laminate sheet. So I covered it up. This is just some sticky back rhinestone stuff that I got from the Dollar Tree. I glued it down with the B7000 because it's not real sticky. And if I put the resin on and it starts to come up, there will be nothing I can do, and it will mess it up. So I just put some glue to hold it down. So now all I gotta do is get some resin mixed up and do a top coat, and this one should be done. I won't do the other ones on camera just because it'll be the same thing. I won't have all this stuff on it, but I did do the haul with the laminate and talk about what I was going to, well, somewhat what I was going to do. So I just wanted to go ahead and do a video on it, and if anybody else had the same problem that I was having with pictures, maybe this would also be helpful for them. So, all right, let me get some resin, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have mixed up 5 ounces of the Tea Expert Pure Glossy, and I put just a tad bit of crushed crystal in here. All we're going to do is just fill it up. I'm going to stop there for a second. Get a little dotting tool. Go around the rim. Ooh, almost filled it up too much. Yeah, I almost filled it up too much there. Looks like it's already domed. Yeah, I knew I should have went with 4 ounces. I was second guessing myself because I've done so badly on guessing recently. So got an ounce left. So, and I think, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Got a couple little bubbles right there. But other than that, it looks good. So what can I do with an ounce of resin here? Let's see. Of clear so that I don't have, well, I can mix something else up in it, I guess, but I'm trying to think of what I got that's right at an ounce so I don't have a whole bunch of molds to pour. Or, let's see. I could do that. What is that down there? Oh, that's the turtle. No. This thing takes like 1.5 ounces, doesn't it? Ah, dang it. We could. Oh, that's right. I could use this turtle and put in some of the little stones that we got the other day from Hobby Lobby. Okay, let's move this over there. Let's pour this in here. Oh. Okay, do that, and we'll put some of these down in there. I should have put some kind of powder in this fins there. But that's fine. Making all kinds of bubbles. Oh, I just lost. I swear. Let me get that back out of there. Yeah, it's making all kinds of bubbles. Kind of spread them around a little bit. I think those will look pretty cool. They'll have clear arms, but it's fine. I didn't want to get that powder out really and potentially get powder floating around in the picture, so they'll just have clear arms and legs or fins, whatever you want to call them. Let's go around his little flippers. Hope it got down in there and the spin's good. I don't know. And his head. Could be good. I see some bubbles in his back fins. Put a few more. Ah! Unless I got resin on the back of my spoon. Well, that's kind of, I want to kind of keep those in his shell. I don't want to, I don't have a bunch in his head and flippers. I don't want to have any, you know. It's almost full. But if I keep putting more in there, then they're going to end up falling into his head. Okay, I think that's actually good right there. Looks like his flippers are domed now. So let's go around the rim right there. Daughter's in there screaming about something or other. Ah! Oh my god. Can I ever do a video where I don't do something so stupid? Jeez. Good grief. Alright. Well, I'm not telling how long this video is going to be now, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. And I'll be back to demold in the morning. Alright, I'm back and everything's all cured. I'm really excited. I think it turned out really good, except for one little bubble came up from the little rhinestone sticker stuff. It was producing a lot of bubbles, but I kept coming in and popping them. But I guess overnight one more popped up. But it's so little and it's right above that little rhinestone that, yeah, you don't really. I didn't notice it until I just kept moving around looking. So I think it turned out really nice. I love how this turned out. It's actually the first time I've ever I've tested out my Cricut before, like trying to cut stuff, but it's the first time I've ever. No, actually, it's the second time. But yeah, yeah, I made one sign before, but I think that's a really nice little touch that she will really like. All right, so let's get this out. I got two more of these to do, so I need to hurry up and get this out of here. Let's make sure, yeah, seems like it's good and cured. All right, so there's the, oh, there's the bag. That looks cool. But okay, so it's not sharp, but no, I could go around with a deburring tool or craft knife and get a little bit of that edge off. It's not too bad actually. But yeah, I think it turned out good. Let's see. There's a little stand. See how it sits in here. Okay. Well, I'll take pictures afterwards, but it'll just be just like that. Yeah, that's nice. Cool. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. All right, let's get this little turtle out, see what he looks like. Hopefully he's good and cured. Yeah. Might be a little soft, but it'll be easy. Let's flip him around. Yes. There we go. Come on. Hands are bothering me this morning. So, yeah. Okay. Oh. That is cute. That is really cute. One of them went up in his neck, but that's fine. Cute little guy. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Well, I guess that is it for this video. So tell me what you think. I think it turned out really, really nice. What's that? Oh, just something on it. But yeah, I'm really hoping that using that self-adhesive laminating sheets will keep this picture intact for forever, hopefully. I don't know. You see all these videos on YouTube about doing pictures and they just coat it with the Mod Podge or whatever and it looks great, and they don't show you what happens a couple months later. I mean, like literally I made them 3 pictures. All 3 of them were all blurry and got lines through them. Then I also made it for my niece and nephew, and theirs are like that too. So I don't know. I don't know why it's done that, because it was good, and nice, and pretty for a long time. I made them a month before Christmas even came, and they were wonderful. But recently, within the last month or well, a couple weeks or so, they're all messed up. So somehow or another, that resin made it in there. So hopefully this will seal it in good. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.